You call your bank, you haven't said a word yet. Something on the other end is already listening and writing down everything you're about to say. Picture every AI voice agent, the kind that picks up when you call a company, as a stack of layers, like floors in a building. The bottom floor is the part that listens. That is speech to text. Audio comes in from a phone or a microphone. It turns that audio into typed out words, basically real-time captions. Every other floor above this is reading those captions, not listening to you. Get this layer wrong and nothing upstairs can save you. Call it the ears. Speech to text, sometimes called speech recognition, does one job: audit in, text out. Think of it as a really fast typist with one important difference. It never asks you to repeat yourself. You speak, it types. The newer ones do this in real time. You speak, words appear, no delay. Here's what it doesn't do. It doesn't understand what you mean. It doesn't decide what to say back. Its only job is to give the layers above clean text to work from. If a voice agent feels broken, confused, slow, weird, the bug usually isn't in the AI brain. It's in what the AI is reading. The transcript was wrong and everything downstream just acted on the bad input. 6 names you'll keep running into. Deepgram, which is the speed leader. It hands back the text faster than anyone, under a third of a second on a good day. If you want a voice agent that feels like a real conversation, this is usually where the teams start. Then comes Assembly AI, which competes on accuracy. It also includes extras most others charge for separately. Knowing who's speaking, blocking, sensitive details like credit card numbers, even reading emotional tone. Then comes OpenAI's Whisper. It is the workhorse, by a wide margin the cheapest paid option in the market, and because the underlying model is freely available, teams handling huge volumes of audio can run it on their own computers for nothing per minute. Speechmatics, this is the language specialist, strong on accent, dialects, and industries like banking, healthcare, where missing a word can get you in legal trouble. And then the giants, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they each offer their own version. They show up by default for any company already using their cloud, but they are rarely the best at any one thing. And then Rev. Rev still uses real humans to double check the AI for cases where being almost right isn't good enough. Now, 4 things to look at when picking one. Accuracy. Every company publishes a number, what percentage of words it gets right. Catches, those numbers come from clean studio recordings. Real world audio is messier. The advertised accuracy is what you'll actually get can differ by 2 or 3 times. Then speed. For real conversation, you need text back fast, under a third of a second. For transcribing a podcast after the fact, it doesn't matter. Then real world toughness. Accents, background noise, 2 people talking at once, someone switching between English and Spanish mid-sentence. This is where systems actually differ and the hardest thing to figure out from a marketing page. And then last is cost. Pricing varies by 10 times across segments. Real-time costs more than after the fact. Running Whisper on your own computer costs nothing per minute once you've built the team to keep it running. Now the catch here is that every leaderboard for these systems, they run on clean studio recordings. The audio you'll actually deploy on, like a customer calling from a parking lot, a drive-through order, a kid screaming in the background. It has noise, it has accents, and people talking over each other. A system that scores 96% accuracy on the benchmark might give you 85% in the real world. That gap is real. Most teams, they only find about it once the contract is signed. And that gap is part of why the architecture itself is changing. When speech to text mishears, every layer above it, it reasons over the bad text. So a new generation of voice AI will be covered in the next episode. And that is where, it skips the listening step entirely. Audio in, audio out. The text never has to exist. OpenAI's real-time and Google's Gemini Live, they lead this for general voice agents. Hume, the company that we've already reviewed, leads it from emotion-driven applications. Therapy bots, AI companions, anywhere reading tone matters as much as reading the words. In 2 years, maybe choosing a separate speech to text provider might become a niche thing for analytics, legal records, compliance. For most voice agents, that step disappears. Running a contact center and phone systems for a company as a product manager taught me one thing about this layer. Choose your speech to text for your worst audio, not your best. Now that is for the ears. Next episode, the mouth, which is text to speech. Subscribe so that you don't miss it.